Well, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has officially declared some of the governorship election results. Well, some familiar faces, some new, and some familiar trends, and some new as well. Well, to share insight about the governorship election results is the founder of Leadership by Data and Channels Television's data analyst, Babajide Ogusowo. It's great to have you on the News at 10, Babajide.
It's been a busy day.
Yes, indeed, it's been a busy day. But let's quickly start by looking at the elections, of course, which has now come and gone. Well, let's leave it at that. But how similar or different has this election been compared with that of the presidential? So, take it away.
So it depends on how we look at this. I'd like to start with the words of famous British philosopher and mathematician Bernard Russell, who said that democracy is the process where people choose who will get the blame. And so we've seen people make their choice on who will get the blame for whatever happens. But what we have seen is this election is a proof of two things. First is it's a proof that we are divided. It's also a proof that we are united. What do I mean by it's a proof that we are divided? If you look at the presidential election, the results showed that people voted along ethnicity, religion, and familiarity. And so the candidate of the PDP, Atiku, won the Northeast. He won all the states in the Northeast, apart from Borno. So he had the majority of votes in the Northeast. If you look at the Southeast, the candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, won all the 5 states in the Southeast. He had the majority of votes in the Southeast, the region where he's from. And if you look at the Southwest, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu won the majority of the votes in the Southwest, losing only Lagos and then losing in Osun. So this presidential election, proof of our division. The governorship election, proof of our unity. In other words, states that voted presidential, APC, PDP, voted another way in this election. In the governorship. So going into this election, we had 28 states. 17 of those states are controlled by the APC. 11 of those states controlled by the PDP. And even though we've seen some of the results, what we see is that how we started the morning is how we're about to end the night. PDP still has its 11 states. The APC still has its 17 states. So the results will clearly show, will these numbers stay the same or will they change? If we were to go by history, Ayo, our history shows that the numbers never stay the same. In 2015, when the elections happened, the governorship elections happened across these 28 states in 2015, the APC won 20, the PDP won 8. In 2019, 4 years ago, when these governorship elections happened across these 28 states, the APC won 15, the PDP 13. Now we go into this election with 17, 11 for the APC and PDP. Will it stay the same or will it change?
All right, interesting. Well, of course, like you said, we've not really had all the results declared for the governorship elections, but let's see, are there any upsets or surprises from what we have so far?
We see a process that is ongoing. We see possibilities of upsets, but those states have not been officially declared. What we need to focus on are the 15 states the APC won, and the 14 states, the 13 states the PDP won. But let's look at the 15 states that the APC won 4 years ago to find out which states have been declared and which states are we still expecting. In Borno State, in 2019, Borno State governorship election had the biggest margin of lead for the APC. Professor Babagana Zulum won with a margin of 1.1 million votes. He's up for re-election. Will he get the same numbers? Will it be more than this? We still don't know. We're expecting results from Borno State. In Katsina, I believe we have the results from Katsina. But again, no major surprises in Katsina. Won by the APC 4 years ago, margin of lead 690,000. The governor, first-time governor around, because, you know, Katsina is one of those states in the Northwest where we are guaranteed to have a new governor. So we have a new face in Katsina
State.
We're expecting a new face in Kebbi because the governor is on his way out, but we know that this time 4 years ago, Kebbi State, 567,000 margin of lead when the APC won in Kebbi State 4 years ago. We're expecting a new face in Kebbi. And Lagos, we believe that we have that last local government, that last polling unit from VGC, which is in Etiosa. We're expecting the final results from Lagos, but based on preliminary results we've gotten from Lagos, we've seen that the opposition has been able to win one local government, Amu, out of Lagos, out of the 20 local governments in Lagos. Will this number significantly change? based on the numbers that have been released officially by INEC, it is unlikely that Lagos will flip. Very unlikely. You are more likely to see America supporting Russia than for Lagos to flip based on the results we currently have. Jigawa State is another state in the Northwest where we're also guaranteed to have a new governor because the governor is on the second term. APC won that. Yobe, one of the states in the Northeast. Yobe in the presidential election went the way of the PDP. I think we have the results from Yobe. And what we've seen from Yobe is, just like it happened 4 years ago, a margin of lead in 4 years ago, 348,000. This time around, APC still winning. Again, like we said, all the states that have been declared right now for the APC controlled before we went into this election. All the states that have been declared for the PDP held on to those states before we went into this election. One key state, Zamfara. And Zamfara is important because Zamfara is the only state in the Northwest where we have a sitting governor. All the other states in the Northwest region are guaranteed to have first-time governors, apart from Zamfara, who is a sitting governor, who is also on the ballot, Governor Bello Matawale, if the pronunciation is right. Matawale. When this election happened 4 years ago, he won with a margin of 345,000 votes. We are waiting to see if he will still be able to strike this sort of numbers or if there will be a flip. Kaduna. Two things are important about Kaduna. In 2019, the APC won Kaduna. But in 2019 presidential election, not only did the PDP win Ayo, the PDP won all the senatorial districts in Kaduna. So in Kaduna, we have 3 senators currently that are PDP. Will this stay the same? Will the PDP or the APC or any of the other parties that have shown a lot of inroads into Kaduna win it? We're waiting for the confirmation of results in Kaduna. We see Niger and Kwara. 2 states with similarities. One reason why is the Kwara State governor is up for re-election. In Niger State, the governor is on his way out. What happened 4 years ago? Both states went to PDP, went to the APC, but this time around, see that Kwara up for re-election, Niger on his way out. In Ogun, that's where the surprise came.
A big surprise.
Big surprise. Look at what happened in Ogun 4 years ago. Candidate Dapo Abiodun, which was the right name to call him, candidate Dapo Abiodun 4 years ago, won in Ogun State. A margin of 171,000 votes. And even though the candidate of the APC, Bola Tinubu, won in Ogun during the presidential election with a margin of more than 200,000 votes just 3 weeks ago, Governor Abiodun won this time around with less than 17,000 votes. Compare his margin of lead in this election, less than 17,000 to 170,000. One reason why, based on statistics, the National Bureau of Statistics shares some information that there are 3.8 million people living in Ogun State who are classified as poor. So clearly there's a lot of dissatisfaction and unhappiness going around the 20 local governments in Ogun State, and a lot of those local governments voted for Ladi Adebutu.
Of the PDP.
Of the PDP. Nasarawa State, one of the states that the governor is up for re-election, just like Kwara State in North Central. But here's what we know about Nasarawa. In the presidential election, in the North Central Ayo, 2 states that went the way of the Labour Party, Plateau and Nasarawa State. Nasarawa State, Governor APC, in 2019, won margin 142,000 votes. So keep your eyes on Nasarawa, one of those states in the North Central where the Labour Party won. We are waiting to see if that trend will continue.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Probably the Labour Party might make inroads in that one.
Gombe, another state that went for the APC in the governorship election 4 years ago. Gombe went the way of the PDP in the presidential election. One thing we know about Gombe is the Gombe State governor is on this ballot and has come out to say he's up for re-election, and based on what he wants, he feels that people will vote for him. Plateau, Kano, big. Before we move into the 13 states that the PDP won 4 years ago, look at what happened in Kano 4 years ago. Kano, clearly APC controlling Kano 4 years ago. This time around, 2 senators in Kano from the NNPP, and we see Rabiu Kwankwaso trying to make sure his candidate wins in Kano.
All right, so because we really have to hasten things up, but from what we have so far, I mean, what assurances do we have in terms of the results? How will it impact on the quality of governance in the country?
And that's where we now need to move to, because this is all politics. What people are talking about is governance. Governance is the key. Why is governance important? And that's because Nigeria is too great for small dreams. We expect that these 28 states will have big dreams. Big dreams because of three reasons. Number one, we have 20 million people, million children that are out of school. These leaders have to get people out of school. We have 40 million Nigerians who are classified as unemployed and underemployed. These leaders, have to get people jobs. Finally, we have 133 million people classified as poor. These leaders have to get the people into prosperity. That is what the election's about. It goes beyond these numbers. It's more about the standard and quality of life. So these governors, what the Nigerian masses are asking for is they want a governor and a half.
All right, definitely we'll be keeping tabs on all of these developments, even as we continue to get more results from the governorship and state assembly elections. Channel Steve Data Analyst Babajide Guso, thank you so much for your thoughts.
Keep your eyes on the numbers.